Hey guys, so today we're going to be learning what retrograde motion is. So let's start learning what retrograde motion is. So let me just select all of this. So let me just select all of this. Perfect. So you know that the solar system revolves like this, right? Yeah. All planets of the solar system revolve in the same direction. But sometimes sometimes the planets move in opposite direction. No. Sometimes the planets don't move in opposite direction. Just from Earth, the planets looks like they're moving in opposite direction. Means the planet is moving where it is supposed to move, but Earth thinks that the planet is moving opposite of where it is supposed to move. So Earth shows us that this planet is moving opposite of where it's supposed to move. Okay? That's the most simplified explanation. So, anyways, anyways, uh, different planets rules different zodiac signs. For example, Mercury rules Gemini. So, if Mercury is in retrograde, Gemini will have a bad time. And every planet except the sun and the moon can't be in retrograde. The sun and moon are never in retrograde. And when a planet is in retrograde, the zodiac sign that represents is having a bad time for that particular period. Yeah. Means, for example, Mercury is in retrograde. If Mercury is in retrograde, then Mercury will have a if Mercury is in retrograde, then Gemini will have a bad time because Gemini is ruled by Mercury. If Venus is in retrograde, then Taurus will have a bad time because Taurus is ruled by Mercury. And Earth can't be in retrograde. And similarly, if Neptune is in retrograde, then Pisces will have a bad time because Pisces is ruled by Neptune. And so on. It continues like that for infinite years. Every planet except the Sun, Moon, and Earth can be in retrograde. Yeah. But let me just draw a constellation. But certain planets can face certain constellations too. For example, if Venus is in retrograde and Venus is facing Cancer, then Cancer zodiac will have a bad time at that time period. And by Cancer, I mean Cancer constellation. Different zodiac signs can face different zodiac constellations. So, for example, if Venus is in retrograde, and Venus is facing Cancer, Venus is looking at Cancer. When it is at retrograde, it means Cancer zodiacs will also have a bad time at that time period. Right now, Mercury is in retrograde, so us Gemini. Right now, Mercury is in retrograde facing the constellation Virgo. This means that Mercury and Virgo are in retrograde. And fun fact, if someone is and fun fact, if someone is born, for example, for example, when someone is born, when Venus is in retrograde and Venus is facing Gemini constellation, it means that whatever that planet and that zodiac sign represents, they're gonna have a trouble with in life. For example, let's take a real life example. For example, my Saturn is in retrograde. Saturn represents limits. Saturn represents your limits. And my Saturn is in Libra, which means my limits are equal. But I was born at the time when Saturn was in retrograde and Saturn was facing Libra constellation. I was born at that time. This represents that I am very bad at limitations or whatever Saturn represents and all.